a robot that maybe just move around with, had a computer on it, so I didn't have to go up and find something with a power source in it, rather than charging itself. Something that had something that's fairly renewable, and obviously a fair amount of gadgets and things that might be useful for everyday life.
Cook me food. Well, there'd be a lot involved to do homework for one, but that's kind of already gone past that soon. So yeah, food would be nice to have because I can cook, but it's not always doesn't taste good.
It'd be like a kind of like a slave thing, like does all your chores and stuff like that. Like gets things for you when you ask it and stuff like that.
Like a robot that does all your homework for you, and like so you don't have to do it.
You wouldn't have to go to school. It could just teach you like anything at home and everything. It's like a teacher but better.
Some of the UC ones, they do rough country terrain, so kind of get 4x4s and adapt them to be unmanned and go across deserts and up mountains and things. That looks quite interesting.
Blimey, that's an interesting question. I'd like to think of space exploration because that's something that we can't do. It could go out there for hundreds, thousands of years if we could design it to that sort of extent and do deep research for us and sort of collecting stuff, sending data back to the to Earth so we can understand it. Because physically, that's something that humans actually can't do. We couldn't go out for a 100-year space mission, as we'd, of course, wouldn't be able to survive it all. And as long as we can get the transmissions back and it operated sort of here, it goes out, finds sort of materials, does analysis on them and everything. I think that'd be a very exciting sort of thing to see happening. We're learning again about our origins, and I think that'll be sort of the idea of the robot that I like to see in the future.
Cool.
I would design robots to, I don't know, maybe do house chores so people have more free time. Like helping us, just like people talking about things.
More human-like.
Yeah, people talking and walking and everything.
Showing us showing us the way and everything.
Yeah, like helping us just look around.
Oh, a helping robot, definitely.
Yeah.
Because like your parents ask you to do chores, you could just order the robot to help you around, clean your room, so you can just go out and have fun.
Robots in your vein, a little robot that lives in your heart valves to hold them open when they get stuck. Yeah.
Nanorobots.
Like instead of having the valve.
Back to nanorobots.
Yeah, instead
This
of.
was my idea. Back of my mind.
No, but now I'm saying instead of when they put the fake valves in your heart, you can just have a nanorobot in your heart.
And it walks around.
Yeah, to be a valve.
My homework. Yeah, so just like anything you wanted to do, so you can just laze about for a bit. Everything. It will do all our chores. All my homework. Yeah, all that.
I want one that can fly, like a jetpack. But that's not really a robot, I don't know. What else?
Like one which could go really, really, really far away from like the Earth. So you could go like all the way back in time, see like the Big Bang, and then come back. Well, it could.
Time travel.
It might be able to.
What else? I think something. I don't know. Robots, kind of artificial intelligence kind of robots, because that would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the obvious answer is to say do the washing up, but I wouldn't trust it. I'd do it.
If you could find a robot which would crack public key cryptography, that would be pretty good. You'd just end up with loads of money.
What, for robbing banks? A robot to rob banks for you? Wow. Okay.
Definitely the chores at home, but probably might be quite good if you could design it so it looked like you and you could send it in to do your exams for you.
Teach it all the stuff you know, and then it just goes and does it because it's so stressful in the exam room. If you don't have to sit there with
you could write at the speed of light. That would be useful in English.
And then you'd have ages left at the end to just be calm. And check it 100 times. So yeah.
Definitely working budgets for me.
Clean my bedroom for me. Do my homework.
I'd have it like really small ones that can be like injected into the system, so that when like super antibody things that will wipe out diseases as they develop inside. You as well, Colin.
Yes.
You say something.
I think the antibody thing is it's good. I'll go with that. Antibodies.
That's so hard.
For all my chores.
Yeah.
Like, because then I'd have time for like work and
Kind of
everything.
like an iRobot.
An iRobot,
Yeah.
and then it'll be my friend, and then, but you know.
Bottom of the oceans, that'd be quite cool because
Oh, that would be cool. Big torches.
very big torches, you know,
Yeah.
because we haven't really properly explored it. And there was a thing, we went to an ocean exhibit, and they said we know more about the planet of Mars than we do about our own oceans, which I think is a bit bizarre because, you know, we're right by them. We have to like spend billions just to fly up a couple of years. So like, I reckon we should like send down robots to explore it.
And also going into like the Earth itself, into the core, to see if what people actually say is true, like about the mantle and everything like that. Just instead of actually just like drilling cameras down on poles and stuff and everything like that.
Having said that, it'd be quite nice to have a robot that does my homework.
And it'd be quite cool to actually have like one that actually like eats up CO2 emissions. I don't know.
Alright, go back to scientific.
Yeah, but it's true. Think about the polar bears that can't live now because they've got no ice to like hunt on and stuff.
Clean my room. Probably. Because I'll need a robot to do that personally. What about you?
Yeah, same. Know everything.
Yeah. Do my exams for me. It's a miniature one. Just let
Sit
rip.
on your desk like.
Yeah, it's like.
Or the end of your pencil.
Attract girls, probably. Huh? Attract girls, probably. A robot to attract girls, right? A robot to. Let me think. A general use robot which you could take with you in your pocket, but at the same time had multi-roles to do virtually anything you felt for at the time. Like anything. Like.